Hey guys, good morning or afternoon or whatever it is. We're gonna wait just one more minute. I'm gonna see if I can get logged on with my tablet too. Okay, come on. Okay. Scary. Set you over there. Good morning, Harry. How's it going? All right, guys. Well, happy Monday to you. We are in week 7. It's crazy to think this is going so fast. Let's just suffering from online courses. Me too, buddy. Me too. All right, let me get a couple more people in here. Okay, let's start with a quick poll just to see how everybody is doing today or this week. So how are you feeling about life? Our proportions are shifting. That's kind of cool so far. Bennett, you don't have to answer because you're driving, dude. You can just listen.
That's dedication, though, if he's listening to you while he's driving.
Yeah. He's a special one, that Bennett boy. So, all right, guys. Well, happy Monday to you. And especially, we got a couple more people just coming in. So, if you guys have a chance and can do the poll real quick, that would be good. Very interesting. Okay, we'll give you like 5 more seconds. All right. Oh, I know why it's not showing everybody because my tablet's on. Okay, so we're still in life is hard. Okay, I think that's just the way it's going to be. I'm not sure it can get any better at this point. So we'll just go with life is hard. Good to see that some of you guys are getting time management down and figuring out a groove. And there's one person that's thriving. So congratulations, whoever you blessed soul are. So, all right. I got a couple more people coming in. Okay, so as you guys saw in the email, we are in week 7, and I am always leery of panicked emails coming in on a Friday afternoon as the quizzes do. And last week there was multiple of them. And it's not that I didn't expect them. I just yeah, I I kind of expected them, but was hoping it wouldn't be as severe as it was. And it was just bad. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. And so like if you guys take away anything from today, please just be encouraged that chapter 5 is the deepest, most complex chapter I think in the whole entire book. All right. And so I had planned 2 weeks to get through it. I thought we paced through it pretty well with the video lectures, but what I kind of got, and you guys can feel free to jump in and confirm or deny this, is that as you were bringing all those concepts together in the quiz last week, it got into a bit of a gray area and a little bit messy. And so if that was your case, just give me a thumbs up or go ahead and speak out a little bit or put something in the chat. I would love to hear where you're struggling with chapter 5. Oh, are we all thriving? Is that why we're not jumping in?
No, just searching for what I need.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, Sydney is saying it did get a little confusing. That's great. I'm all about confusion because that usually means that are working on growth and knowledge, but I have a hard time helping you if I can't figure out where your confusion is at. So the more specific you guys can be, the better.
Can you go over the glycoprotein function, that little diagram?
Glycoprotein function. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, let me see. Okay, as I am trying to get stuff figured out, if you guys have other areas that you're struggling in, go ahead and pipe up. Okay, so I'm making a list of stuff as we go. Okay, so it looks like different hormones. Okay. Hormone sources. So those are the tissues. Question 6 in the quiz. Sustained, basal, and episodic. Okay. Slow versus fast response. That one I was expecting. Okay, cool. Let me switch gears. And see if I can make my tablet work. There we go. Okay. Actually, hang on. So back to the glycoprotein question really quick, guys. Is this the slide you were talking about?
No, I think it's the one right after that one.
Okay. That one?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here's the good news is that this is actually really getting into protein function, okay, which is also a question that somebody else had. So, and this is what we covered last week in the video lectures. And so it's, keep in mind, guys, that it is not necessarily good enough for a hormone to be synthesized or created, made in its tissue, and then dumped into the bloodstream. So it has to travel to the through the bloodstream to its target tissue, and then it has to bind with its receptor if it's a protein. And so this here is this protein function figure here is actually the way that happens. So this is how the glycoproteins have the ability to cause whatever function it is. All right, so now that I know we're clear on that, I'm going to come back and address this a little bit later today. And so as far as the different hormones and the hormone sources, let me see if I can get back and just make sure I have clarity on where this is happening. So this is, part B. Let me see if I can pull up part A. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, that looks funky. Great. Okay, I'll have to go back and find part A. Okay, so here's what I would like to do today. So let me first just talk about what is due this week, make sure we're all on the same page. So I'm gonna stop sharing the tablet. Okay, and so as far as this week, we're gonna take this week and really try to bring some concepts together with chapter 5. Okay, so there's no new video lectures, there's no new material. We simply have an assignment that is hopefully going to bring a lot of these concepts together. And so as we start looking at what is due to make sure that we're all on the same page. Come on, buddy. So we are officially in week 7. So in the week 7 folder, you will see just a very basic assignment. So this is the submission link for the assignment, and the actual Word document assignment is attached within it. And so if we open this up, and it's probably going to make me stop sharing. All right. There is 20 questions here, or 21 questions, that will hopefully bring all of these concepts together. Okay, and so it's in a Word document. You guys can use this as the template. You can download it, go in, answer questions, or answer questions just on the computer, or you can space them out, print it out, write them in. I really don't care how you get it done. Just get it re-uploaded and submit it as a PDF so things don't move around if possible. And so this is a 30-point assignment, and it's all about chapter 5. And so my goal today is I want us to start on this as a class. Okay, so if you are in a spot where you are just distracted and you don't want to start on homework, that's fine. You guys are more than welcome to jump off. Just realize that this is due by 5 p.m. on Friday. Okay, what we're going to do for those of you guys that are interested in staying on and starting to work through this assignment is I'm going to push you guys to breakout rooms for about 20 minutes, and we're going to focus on trying to get through questions 1 through 10. All right, and I'm hoping that best case scenario you get through question 10, but I'm not really 100% expecting that to happen. So the point is to start, okay, and to use your classmates as sounding boards to actually investigate some of the answers to these questions. I will be bouncing around to breakout rooms as much as I can to help answer questions during that 20 minutes. And then we'll come back together and we'll talk about some of the questions that you guys had. And then we're going to get into hopefully the protein and the steroid functions and how the secondary messenger systems work. And if we're not able to do that, I may actually offer kind of a workshop, chapter 5 workshop later in the week as well. So we'll see how far we make it today. All right, so I hear a bunch of people jumping off. That's totally fine. I realize not everybody is in a spot where they can work in breakout rooms. But for those of you guys that are still here, you brave 22, thank you for remaining here. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump off to breakout rooms and give you guys the opportunity to kind of work through this, all right? So assign automatically. Let's see, there are 20 of you. Would you guys prefer breakout rooms with 3 or 5 people?
Probably 3.
3? Okay. We may have to go to 4. Actually, we'll just do it this way. Nope. All right, I'm going to open all the rooms. If you guys would go ahead and accept those things, I will bounce around. Thank you. So Josephine and Tessa, are you guys okay with the breakout rooms? Did you see the invite pop up?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry about that.
That's okay, no problem.
was pretty helpful.
It was
Okay.
good.
Is
We got
like,
through all of them.
do you
Yeah.
want me to take you back in breakout rooms? Would you prefer that to happen? Do you have specific questions I can help you with?
I just had a quick question.
Yeah.
So we got stuck on, I think, was it number 2?
Okay.
No, sorry, number 3.
Increasing levels of what hormone turns off the hypothalamic surge center?
So I thought it was progesterone, but I just want to make sure.
It is progesterone.
Okay.
Yep. So the surge center, keep in mind, is going to be that part of the hypothalamus that is going to dump a ton of GnRH into the portal system, and it's going to go to the anterior pituitary, and in turn, it's going to dump a lot of FSH and LH into the blood system. And so it's that effect of like a water faucet running full throttle, right? And so that surge center is going to be down regulated. So it's going to stop producing GnRH. It's going to stop dumping GnRH into the system, etc. when progesterone starts increasing. Because progesterone comes from where in the system, in the female? Where is it produced from? What tissue is it produced from?
The placenta.
It can be produced from the placenta, but
Oh, the gonads.
keep in mind that this is a cycling female. She's not pregnant. So good guess.
So it's the gonads, the uterus, the
The,
ovary.
the ovary. Yes. Good job. Okay. Good job. Good job. All right. So let's take that a little bit deeper. And Emily, you don't have to answer this question. You can tag off to somebody else if you want. Okay. So on the ovary, keep in mind that there's 2 major structures that we see on the ovary. I guess technically 3, but 2 of the big ones, right? So what structure is going to be producing progesterone?
Yeah.
The CL, yeah, the corpus luteum. Good, good, good. All right, so if the CL is starting to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger on the ovary, it's going to be producing more and more progesterone. And that's going to feed back to the hypothalamus and to the surge center. And that is going to down regulate GnRH so that it's not dumping into the blood system. Okay, so you're absolutely right. The answer to the question for number 3, right? That was number 3, was progesterone. Okay, so let me ask you a related but a different question. What hormone will actually upregulate GnRH in the surge center? Any guesses?
Estrogen.
Yeah, estrogen. Great job. Okay, so estrogen is going to be produced from where on the ovary? What major structure?
The follicle.
The follicle, exactly. All right. So just start to get in the mindset that there's going to be a certain structure on the ovary that's producing some sort of hormone, and it's basically going to have the opposite effect on the hypothalamus. So that will help you as you start to pull all this information together and we start talking about cyclicity. All right, cool. Great job. Any other questions? All right, so you guys, it is 12:33. We've got roughly 20 minutes left. Or we could even go 25 minutes. I can go till 1. That's totally fine. Would you guys prefer to go back into breakout rooms to keep working on this stuff? And me just bouncing around and trying to answer questions? Or what do you think?
Breakout rooms were good. We were on a roll right now.
Okay, cool. If you guys don't want to go to a breakout room and want to hang out in the waiting or in the this main room, just don't accept your invitation, okay? That's what I meant. I don't know how to do this online stuff. I'm sorry. I don't know the terminology. Okay, So let me push those of you guys back to breakout rooms who want to go. And if you don't want to go and you just want to hang out in the waiting room and ask me questions, that's totally fine as well. All right, so there is your requests.
Professor, I just have one quick question. It's not related to any of the stuff.
Okay.
But I have an appointment with you on Tuesday for the
Advising.
yes. How are you gonna send out like an email for like a Zoom or something, or do I go to?
So on that email that I sent you guys last week,
Mhm.
I think there's the Zoom link is in there. It's embedded in there. So if you don't see it, let me know, okay?
Okay,
All
I'll
you
check
have-
right now.
Yeah, all you have to do is just get on at that time, and I hope it works.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Just email me if it doesn't. So I'm
Okay.
on email all the time.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. So Zoe and Tessa, I know you guys were kind of in one just by yourselves. Are you guys feeling good about life or stuff?
Sure.
Okay, we'll take that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about life and stuff.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. So I do have a new chat. All right, so Kelvin, Emily, Jordan, and Emily too. Do you guys have specific questions that you wanted to talk about, or did you see the invite pop back up?
I'm stuck on 7. Number 7 on the
Okay,
questions.
7
Could
on
you
the
help me out?
question. List 2 of the 3 hormones that regulate FSH secretion in the animal. Excellent. Okay, so let's start with FSH first of all. So, where is FSH produced? In what tissue?
The anterior pituitary?
Yeah, great. Good job. The anterior pituitary. Okay, so there's a cell type in that anterior pituitary. Do you know what cell actually produces FSH?
The gonadotroph?
Yeah, the gonadotroph. Good job. All right, cool. So FSH is gonna respond to a few different things, all right? And so what is the big one that really regulates FSH, whether it is synthesized or secreted into the blood system, any of those? What would be the big regulatory hormone that is gonna affect FSH?
Is it GnRH?
It is GnRH, yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be one of those hormones, okay? So the second hormone is probably not as apparent because it just got mentioned in the lectures, but it's actually something that is produced by the follicle on the ovary. And so as that follicle gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to produce a hormone called inhibin.
Okay.
And inhibin is going to feed back to the anterior pituitary, and it is going to regulate FSH. So it's going to knock FSH down.
That was in week 6, right?
Yeah, all the source stuff was in week 5, actually. I think.
The inhibin wasn't that with the cow 611?
Let me look.
Wasn't that the so they injected it with I forgot what chemical.
Oh, like citus or cisterellin. It's
Mhm.
an agonist to GnRH. So
Mhm.
it kind of functions the same as GnRH.
Okay.
So let me pull. Okay. So let me share my screen so we're both looking at the same thing. All right, so this is in the week 5 lecture. Okay, so part A. And so this was talking about the anterior pituitary hormones. Okay, so your question is about FSH. And so we already went through what FSH is. But this slide here has information specific to FSH. Okay, so FSH is going to do a bunch of different things, but it is going to be regulated by inhibin and GnRH to the biggest degree. Okay, so GnRH is going to tell it to, or is going to make more FSH and dump it into the system. It's the big regulator part of that. And then inhibin is going to be produced from the follicle on the ovary, and it's going to feed back to the anterior pituitary, and it's going to help regulate FSH as well.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Did you have another question, or does that helps you
I
answer number
I did.
7?
No, on a side note, I had something else. I work. Someone brought me a dog, and I had like a big lump. Um, I was gonna ask you if I could send you a picture. I was curious to know what was it. I don't know. I thought it was a tumor.
How old is the dog?
Oh, he looked like maybe 3, 4, 5 years old.
Okay. So I am not the best expert here, but Zoe is a vet tech. And so Zoe would love to help you, right?
Can try.
Okay. So where's the lump located at, Kelvin?
So it's a male, and it's in between, I would say, the penis and the testicle. So right in the area in between.
Interesting.
I'm thinking it's maybe I don't know, hernia, it's a tumor. It doesn't hurt. It didn't hurt the dog. I was just curious to know what. And so I told my customer, hey, you know what? I have a teacher, and she might know. And I'll ask her on Monday and get back at me on Tuesday. And so, yeah, it
Is
didn't
it
hurt the dog. Yeah.
okay? Is it not that you want to be feeling around his private parts, but welcome to dog ownership. Um, is it soft or is it hard?
Soft.
Is it big, like abnormally big? Is it bigger than the testicles?
Oh yeah, like 5 times. Or
Oh,
8. Yeah.
How old is the dog?
I don't remember. Maybe like it looked a little. Maybe it had to be over 5 years. Maybe 8. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, send us a picture. I can forward it to Zoe and she can help you. I don't know. It could be lumps are interesting because they can like on older dogs, they can be like fatty tumors. If it's in that area, it it could be an infection or something, but if
Yeah.
it doesn't if it like the dog hasn't gone off feed or it doesn't look feverish or
Oh,
something like
oh,
that.
yeah. I was telling him it might be an infection. He told me, yeah, he peed, I think blood. And so what I did was, I had these urinary tract infection pills. I think I had like tetracycline and things like that,
Yeah.
and that's what I saw him like a little capsule.
Is it, did,
Mhm.
did you, like, were you with the dog or was he just telling you this?
No, I seen the dog. I took pictures of the dog, and he was expecting me to have the answer. I'm like, no, I don't know, but this is what I think. And so symptoms didn't hurt him. He eats fine, but he told me, you know what? I seen they peed, they urinated, a little bit of blood, and we were thinking, well, it could be an infection. Something crawled in there, and you
Yeah.
know,
The lump
yeah.
was,
Yeah, the lump was like maybe the size of your fist, maybe, or half of that.
What size dog is it?
It was like a 15-pound dog. It was like a whole different subject, but it interested
Like
me.
like a
Yeah,
little dog with
yeah, yeah,
that
like that.
big of a
No, like a 15-pound dog. Yeah, the most.
I think it needs a vet. Like big time. Because if it's peeing blood, then the red blood cells are like actually busting
Mhm.
to the point that it's getting into the urinary system, which means that there's probably something definitely going on infection wise somewhere.
Mhm.
Or there's a
Okay.
kidney infection and the edema has just gone south. But if it, yeah, I think I would definitely recommend a vet.
Yeah, but well, I get questions like that all the time, and people don't have like $400-800 for a bill like that, and so
Yep.
they, hey, do you know about this? I'm like, well, no, but we could try. And so I thought urinary tract infection.
Yep. So you just gotta and Kelvin, I tell you this from personal
Yeah,
experience, but also from having a sister as a vet. Like, that's a big thing you need to stress with your friends and family and stuff is like this is part of
yeah,
dog ownership, right? It's just making sure that they are taken care of and that their welfare is a major priority. And so I wouldn't want to put you in a position of having to um, make a diagnosis that you're gonna like legally be responsible
yeah,
for. And I don't want you to
yeah.
have that on your conscience. So just realize that there are lots of insurance programs out there for pets. There's payment programs at every vet clinic. And so it's like the integrity of the animal and the welfare of the animal needs to be a major priority if you're going to be a pet owner. So I would just, keep that in mind and to just remember to share that with people as they ask you questions and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Always.
but
I don't want to be responsible, especially if it's like a really expensive dog, say like a $2,000 dog. But you know what? You should go see a vet. I'm
yep,
not gonna say, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. And if it's like like a regular, something that, I guess that could be replaceable or doesn't have, something
yep,
that's, yeah, yeah, well, I give them my idea and this is what you could do. And
yep.
yeah.
Just don't be afraid that every piece of advice you give them should be attached with like, and go see a
Um,
veterinarian.
yeah, yeah,
So because they're the ones that can take on the risk and stuff. And I don't ever want you to have to be in a position to have somebody mad at you because their dog died, and I really don't want you to
yeah,
feel the weight of like somebody having to balance like a dog's pain with
yeah,
your diagnosis when you aren't properly trained. So just you got to look out for you. Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
That was a fun detour. Cool.
Oh, yeah. um, I'm gonna continue with these questions. I gotta go to work too. So
Okay, no problem, no problem. So everybody came back in. All right, guys, how are you doing? I've got a couple of questions, so let me jump on. Okay, I will answer Harry's later because that's privately.
Yes, I sent it.
Oh, you are
on.
on. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
just missed your name. So, okay. So testosterone is funny because it will turn off the surge center, but keep in mind that in males, males do not have a surge center. So testosterone is going to feed back to the hypothalamus and is going to help regulate GnRH that way. But in females, the testosterone has very little effect on the hypothalamus, if that's what you were asking. But
Yeah, I mean, on the last quiz, I think I wrote down the testosterone instead of progesterone, so that was why I was asking.
oh, okay, okay. Does that answer your question though?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I mean, it makes it more clear, so that's good.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I can hang out until 1. Did you have any other questions pop up as you went into the second set of breakout rooms that you need clarification on? Silence. I guess that's a no. Okay, well, I just wanted you guys to have an opportunity to start working through some of those questions today. And as of right now, if you guys have questions, especially about the later part of chapter 5 and the protein and steroid synthesis and secondary messenger system stuff, just let me know through email and I can try to answer as many questions that way as possible. And but right now I don't get the feeling like you guys need another session this week. So unless I'm completely wrong about that. So let me know. And other than that, that's all I got. So I hope you guys have a great week and hang in there. Get to the thriving part on next week's lecture, okay? Or next week's poll.
All right, we'll try.
Okay, thank you. I'll take try. That works.
Casey, I have some questions about 490. Should I wait? I'm always afraid to wait because those go by so quick, and so
Yeah.
I like get to the end of the lecture and then you already have to start the next class.
So that's okay. Let's Zoe, just a second. Does anybody else have questions about 340 or repro?
Zoe, what vet clinic do you work for?
Well, I actually am not right now because COVID and lots of other stuff, but I was working for VIP Pet Care. It's a traveling veterinary clinic, put on community clinics for preventative care.
Sweet.
In Sacramento though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, technically it's all over Northern California, but I was based out of Sacramento, yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Dr. Diatley.
For advising?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good. I forgot that I have advising stuff tomorrow, so I'm glad you
Yes.
reminded me. I would have remembered, eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, Harry, did you have another question?
Oh no, I was just interested in Zoe's question about 490. So that was the
yeah,
reason why I
you
was
guys both
staying
did the
here.
same- Yeah, go ahead and I like today's stuff may help. So when we get to the sessions at 2, 3, and 4 as well. But go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll be blunt and tell you we're going to cover it today, or I'll answer your questions. So,
So for replication,
mhm.
the number of, like one of the slides says the number of replicates required will contribute to power of the test, size of difference between treatment means, significance level of the test, and variability.
Yep.
What is the difference between power of the test and significance level of the test?
So power of the test refers to how many experimental units you have per treatment. Okay, so the whole idea with those power calculations is to determine how many experimental units you absolutely at bare minimum need per treatment to detect a difference between treatment groups if there's a difference there to detect.
Okay.
So that effects or the significance level is the level that you are going to make the call of yes, that's significant, no, that's not. And for us, that's 95% or a p-value of 0.05.
Okay. So, okay, is that on one of the other slides? I feel like that's probably from what, a couple weeks ago or something. It wasn't in these slides, but I remember.
So, we went over replication the first time officially with principles of experimental design in week 5.
Okay. And then a p-value. Okay, and then I also had, okay, so we can talk about this more during class because I'm sure other people might be confused about it, but the whole like pseudo replication thing, I wanted to go over more. And then I just wanted to talk about one of the quiz questions, that the pseudo replication quiz question. So we can cover that in class, I would think, so other people can understand that. But
yeah, can you make sure to bring it up?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Thanks for giving me a heads up. I'll pull the slides up and stuff and review that quiz question.
Okay, cool. And that was all I had.
Okay, great. All right, well, we will see you. Are you getting on at 2 or a different time?
Yeah, I'll be on it too. So
okay, perfect. That's the one I usually record and upload, so that'll be good.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
All right.
Well, see you soon.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Casey.
Bye.